Let's now take a look at two operators known as the equality and not equal operators. So in a lot of programming languages, if I have to compare A with B, I'll simply say A is equal to B like this. But since in C, this is used for assignment, the correct symbol for equality is this. So if I do something like this, I am comparing the value of A with the value of B. Now, let's take a look at this code again. So A is 20, B is 10, and result is a third variable. What I am doing here is I am checking if A is equal to 20. Now definitely this is going to be replaced by 20. 20 is equal to 20, the result is going to be true or a non-zero value. Then it's going to print the message, yes, A is 20. Now let me come here. If B not equal to 20, now definitely B is not equal to 20 because 10 is not equal to 20. So again this condition happens to be true and it's going to print the message, yes, B is not 20. So this is how you would go about using equality and not equality operators. You need to understand the result of all of this is either going to be true or false. Alright. Now let's say I have to find the average of say 10 numbers or some numbers which the user is going to enter. So there is always a possibility that the user may enter 0 numbers. So I should be careful here because if I try to divide the sum by the number of numbers entered, it's going to be try to do a 0 by 0 division and it's going to crash your code. So in order to avoid that, I can smartly use the not equal to operator along with the logical operator like this. So what I can do is I'll say if n not equal to 0. So suppose n was 0, 0 is definitely equal to 0. So this condition will fail and it will not go to the AND part. But suppose n was say 5, then 5 is not equal to 0. So then what it will do is whatever is the value of sum, it will divide by 5 and we are fine. Even if the sum is 0, 0.5 is going to be 0. So you can use this kind of code to avoid divide by 0 errors. So this is some kind of a tip to give you do smart coding. If you interchange this, if n happens to be 0, then 100% you're going to end up getting a divide by 0 because if sum upon n is first, if n is 0, then it may be either a 0 upon 0 or something upon 0, which is going to create a problem for you and give you a divide by 0 error. Let's take a few examples involving the logical operators, involving the relational operators and involving the equality and not equality. So again I'm using my favorite numbers, A is 10 and B is 11 and I'm having a variable called as result. Now I have put this entire thing in brackets so there's no cause for confusion. So what it's doing is it's comparing A equal to 10. Is 10 equal to 10? It is true. Once it is true here, it will not even go to the other part because one of them only has to be true. It is not required that both have to be true. So result will contain the value 1 or it will contain the value true. So if you print result, you're going to have a value true. Now what I'm doing is I'm using the AND logical operator and as well as I'm using a relational operator. Now is 10 not equal to 10? No, 10 is equal to 10. So this condition turns out to be false. Since this is false, it will not even go this side. So the result is going to print as false. Now let's take a look at this one. Is 6 greater than 5? Absolutely true. 6 is greater than 5. Then it will not even go to the OR part, or it's called as short circuiting of evaluation, because once one of them is true, no point in going and checking this as true, because if this is true, even if this is false, makes no difference because the entire thing is considered to be true. So result is going to have the value true. Now here take a look at it. Here I have two AND conditions. 5 greater than 4 is true. 4 greater than 3 is true. So it will do these two. But here when it comes, it will fail because 2 is not greater than 3. So result is going to have the value false or 0. So if you print result, it's going to print the value 0. So this completes our talk on relational operators, logical operators, and equality and not equality operators. In the next video session, using a combination of arithmetic, logical, and relational operators along with possibly equality, I will try to evaluate an expression and show you what is the precedence and associativity and how do you go about evaluating that particular expression.